All right, it is soccer season, and I guess that is the excuse that Lay's needed to put out some new country-themed and flavored chips. So we're going to try them all right now. They are in no particular order. Argentinian-style steak with chimichurri. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun. We've got French onion soup, and then we've also got Brazilian-style garlic sauce. So we go from like a steak to a soup to just sauce. We're going to try them all in just a second. So here we go. Okay, so they've had like contests or themes in the past that have been like, oh, different countries, tell us your favorite and we'll keep them. This doesn't really have it. It just has like a soccer ball right there on the label. Then on the back, there's some sort of thing about scan here to win World Cup finals tickets and stuff. So, but again, countries and food, that's all they're usually, using as an excuse. So again, that's what the steak looks like. I guess the real thing, they actually have pictures of it here. Again, so we have steak, French onion soup, and then kind of just a garlic sauce. Is Brazilian known for their garlic sauce? I'll just start with the steak, kind of work our way through the meal, even though I would think you would start with a soup. So let's do that. I'm going to start with my soup, go to the steak, and then dip it in garlic sauce. It's my fantasy meal today. So, French onion soup. Oh, and I guess, did they do the thing where, because I noticed this one is wavy, and then the steak is regular, and normally that would mean this would be kettle corn, but it doesn't seem like it is. So I just noticed that the French onion was wavy. So. Yeah, it kind of smells. I don't know if it's like French onion soup, but like a sour cream and onion or some sort of onion-based chip flavor. That's what I'm kind of going to assume it's going to taste like. It's a little dark end there, but. Now I don't really know what French onion soup tastes like, but it does kind of taste like garlic mashed potatoes, even though the garlic's on the other thing. But there's also, I taste kind of like, I guess, the typical Lay's onion, like I said. Even though I said sour cream and onion, I'm tasting more of like what you taste for the like sour cream and cheddar flavored chips. Even though that doesn't have onion in the name, there's still that same type of flavoring that I'm tasting. So this isn't really tasting like oniony. Again, I don't know what is in that soup. I don't know. But it does taste just kind of like a seasoned, like I said, to me it almost tastes like garlic mashed potatoes, even though again, I'm not saying garlic. Yeah. Kind of like a grilled onion, that type of flavor. That's what I'm seeing getting. And it's pretty good, so I like these. The Argentinian-style steak with chimichurri. And I guess, I'm assuming that's the sort of sauce that's on the steak. Kind of tastes, smells like a sour cream. These are, again, they're not the wavy, they're thinner chips, but they got like almost looks like nori. Like some sort of like Japanese chips. Seasoning on them. Okay. First it was really light. I almost didn't taste anything. It's almost kind of sweet. And then there's like a slight, kind of like a meaty taste to it. But this is not as like intense as the French onion was. And the seasonings is just kind of almost like a pepper. So I don't know. It doesn't really taste anything Argentinian or really too crazy. It almost just tastes like a really subtle, kind of like a meaty chip. So I guess, the fact that the chip kind of tastes like some sort of meat is cool in and of itself. But it's not really a lot of flavors. These are very kind of light. Not a lot going on here, but they're kind of a little thinner and crisper. They're easier to eat. But again, I didn't know what I was expecting. I know what steak tastes like, but I don't know what makes it Argentinian or what chimichurri is. I still don't really know because I'm not really tasting too much. So these are all right. These would be really easy to eat. I can see yourself not eating or not getting sick of them too much because there's barely any flavor. So you could probably kill a bag of this a lot easier than the French onion. Unless you really like French onion, then you'll eat those. All right, so just garlic flavored chips. I think you say garlic sauce, but what's the difference between the sauce and garlic? These just kind of smell like butter. I know there's the Korean, the honey butter chips. That's what it almost reminds me of. And these are really thin and there's nothing on them, so. One more chip. All right, so this does not taste garlicky at all. I don't know what Brazilian style means and is supposed to make this mean. It's kind of again, almost sweet. Almost just tastes like buttery almost. That's what I almost tasted first, like a buttery. Was that what the garlic sauce? Is it like a butter based and there's some garlic in it? I'm not too sure. With this tasted again, almost sweet, like a buttery chip. Not almost approaching the level like the honey butter, but no honey sweetness. So this is just like a butter chip. It did taste kind of like not quite like a citrus, but there was a little bit of of sourness going on there. And I see there's a lime on the bag, and I was looking at it because I was like, what is that? But this is not really garlicky. Just after eating those the garlic parmesan popcorn from the last review I did, that tastes like garlic, and this does not. Again, I almost tasted more in what this, I almost thought there was more garlic in this French onion soup. All right, so I guess to wrap it up and kind of compare them all and see. The wavy French onion soup probably had the best flavor out of the three. It was, it tasted to me almost again, just kind of like garlic mashed potatoes. Doesn't really taste oniony, not even like grilled onions or something like that. But still pretty good. Like a nice, firm and very flavorful. Probably the most flavorful of all of these chips. The Argentinian-style steak, it didn't really taste much of anything at first. Then you kind of get this really subtle kind of like meat. I guess it's the steak flavor with almost a little bit of a black pepper on it. The chips look like they've got seaweed flakes or something on it, but it's not like this is covered in pepper or something like that. So again, there's this sounds just steak. It sounds like it's the most powerful of the flavors, but it's actually not. The French onion soup is a lot more flavor. This is just kind of really subtle, almost kind of like a peppery, some flavors on there, but not too much, kind of weak compared to what I was expecting. And then the garlic sauce ones don't taste like garlic. They almost just taste like buttered flavored chips, with kind of like a little tinge of a sour on the end, but nothing that was making me think this is garlic. My breath doesn't smell or feel like it's garlicky. I don't think I need a mint because these really, it's almost just like I ate regular chips here. So out of all these three, I'd say try the French onion ones because this has got the most flavor. The other ones barely had any flavor, and what they did wasn't really impressive to me. So try these and watch some soccer, I guess, if that's what you like to do. Otherwise, just eat the chips. That's what I like to do. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.